Ever notice how weekday mornings feel like a struggle, but weekend mornings feel calm, slow, and almost magical? You wake up without that sudden panic. There's no rush, no pressure, and even the sunlight somehow feels softer. It feels like everything is better, even though nothing around you has actually changed. This isn't just in your head, it's psychology. Imagine a simple sticky figure waking up on a Monday morning. The alarm rings loudly and instantly stress kicks in. Now picture the same figure waking up on a Sunday. Same room, same bed, same sunlight, but this time there's no alarm, no urgency, and instead of stress, there's a small relaxed smile. The environment is identical, but the feeling is completely different. That's because your brain doesn't react to reality as much as it reacts to expectation. On weekdays, your brain is already preparing you for stress before you even get out of bed. It knows there are responsibilities waiting, work, deadlines, tasks, and because of that, it releases stress hormones like cortisol. This is why you feel heavy or tired even after a full night's sleep. But on weekends, your brain expects freedom. It knows there's no immediate pressure, so instead of stress, it releases dopamine, the chemical that makes you feel good. That's why weekend mornings feel lighter, calmer, and more enjoyable. Now, think about why you stay in bed longer on weekends even when you're already awake. It might seem like laziness, but it's actually something deeper. Your brain is experiencing what psychologists call a reward extension. You're not just lying there doing nothing, you're enjoying the feeling of comfort, safety, and control. During the week, your time feels controlled by external demands, but on weekends, you finally feel like you're in charge. That sense of control is one of the most powerful psychological needs humans have, and your brain holds on to it for as long as possible. Another interesting thing is how time feels different. On weekdays, hours pass quickly, and the day feels like it disappears before you even notice it. But on weekends, especially in the morning, time feels slower and more stretched out. This happens because of cognitive load. When your brain is busy, stressed, and juggling multiple thoughts, it processes less detail, making time feel like it's moving faster. But when you're relaxed, your brain becomes more aware of small details, the light in the room, the quiet sounds, your own thoughts, and this makes time feel slower and more meaningful. You might also notice that on weekends, you suddenly feel motivated to clean your room, organize things, or plan your life. This random burst of productivity isn't actually random. It's your brain trying to reset itself after a stressful week. Psychologically, this is a kind of mental reset effect. After days of pressure and chaos, your mind wants clarity, so it pushes you towards small actions that create order, like cleaning or planning. These actions give your brain a sense of control and a fresh start, which is why weekend mornings often feel like a new beginning. There's also something deeper happening in your thoughts. On weekends, you tend to reflect more. You think about your future, your goals, your relationships, and even your personal growth. This doesn't happen as much during the week because your brain is in survival mode, focused only on getting through tasks. But on weekends, your mind finally has space. It shifts into reflection mode, where it processes emotions and tries to make sense of your life. This is why some of your best ideas and realizations often come during quiet, slow mornings. Even something as simple as scrolling your phone feels different. The apps are the same, the content is the same, but the feeling is completely different. During weekdays, there's often a hidden sense of guilt, like you should be doing something more productive. That guilt reduces your enjoyment. But on weekends, that guilt disappears. Your brain allows you to relax, so the same activity feels more satisfying. It's not the activity that changed, it's the mental state behind it. Your sleep also plays a big role. On weekends, you often wake up naturally, sometimes even at the same time you would on a weekday, but without an alarm. This is your body's internal clock, or circadian rhythm, working properly. During the week, alarms interrupt your natural sleep cycle, which makes waking up feel harsh and uncomfortable. But on weekends, your body wakes you up at the right moment in your sleep cycle, which is why you feel more refreshed and relaxed. Another subtle factor is the environment itself. Weekend mornings are usually quieter. There's less traffic, fewer people rushing around, and less noise overall. This reduction in external stimulation allows your brain to calm down. Silence gives your mind space to breathe, and that's why even doing nothing feels enjoyable. It's not just the absence of activity, it's the presence of peace. But this calm doesn't last forever. As Sunday evening approaches, you might feel a slight discomfort or anxiety creeping in. That's your brain slowly shifting back into weekday mode. It starts thinking about responsibilities again, preparing you for the upcoming stress. This feeling, often called the Sunday anxiety effect, is a reminder that your brain is constantly adjusting between pressure and relaxation. Now, imagine that sticky figure again, sitting quietly by a window on a Sunday morning, holding a cup of tea, doing absolutely nothing. For once, there's no rush, no pressure, no overthinking, just a simple moment of being present. That feeling, that calm, is what your brain truly needs more often. The interesting part is that this feeling isn't limited to weekends. It's not the day itself that creates this calmness, it's your perception of the day. If your brain didn't associate weekdays with stress, mornings wouldn't feel so heavy. In a way, weekend mornings are reminders of how life could feel if your mind wasn't constantly under pressure. So the next time you wake up on a weekend morning, pay attention to how you feel. Notice the calmness, the silence, the slower pace of time, because hidden in those quiet moments is something important, a version of life where you're not rushing, not stressed, just present. And maybe that's why weekend mornings feel so special, because for a short time, you're not just existing, you're actually living without pressure.